Hey, welcome back to the booth after Druids versus Constructs.
Yeah. When I heard you guys were going constructs, I was like, man, if I end up playing against like a really aggressive affinity deck, I'm kind of screwed. But that's actually exactly what happened.
We had two options. We decided to go with the aggressive side, but we were also talking about like Doom engines.
Yeah, we were considering like the thing is it's you had the super aggro one, which you saw with the cranial plating.
Yeah.
Or the other equally busted option is like metalworkering into like Mirrorball or Scuttling Doom.
Yeah. I feel like in Tribal, I mean, everybody's just trying to do their own thing, so you're not going to see a lot of people just playing like Swords to Plowshares or just random removal. Because like you have to fit 20 of the same creature type or whatever. But I mean, you know, I like how at the beginning of our match you were just like, Paul, you have a 105 card deck. Or you're like, wait, Paul, why are you playing a 105 card deck? And I responded with, well, the real question is, why don't you have a 105 card deck?
It's true.
Which is fair.
I just assumed you were trying to get around the whole no sideboard thing, but just took it like 3 steps.
You know, I mean, I have some one-ups. I don't know if you can call them silver bullets, but you know, I had outs to win, but you know, when you have a 100 card deck, it's really hard to find those outs. Yeah, that's kind of what happened there.
A third of the deck had to be the tribe, right?
Yeah.
So you had over 30 cards that were druids.
I did. So my plan, because I didn't really get to do it, I looked at all the druids and I was like, oh wow, all the enchantresses are druids. So maybe I can make a druid deck. But of course I have to play all the enchantresses. And you know, and then there were all these other sweet enchantments I wanted to play, and I was like, well, I need to fit more druids into my deck. So then the deck just kept growing until it ended up at, you know, the happy medium of 105 cards. So and my win condition was draw a bunch of cards, and then Green Sun Zenith into Guiltleaf Archdruid, and then steal all your lands. That was my hope. But unfortunately, I just got roboted out.
I did appreciate in the first game that you paid for the upkeep on the elephant grass with the savannah.
That was
sure.
Flavor win.
Think about that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But I mean, it was so fun. I kind of wish we could play more matches with the decks, just because I think a lot of us spend a lot of time trying to build these decks. You know, and it's a lot of fun trying to brew.
I mean, Cam and Serge, actually, our buddy Serge, worked on the Constructs deck.
Right.
And
yeah, it's kind of like Affinity, and we were discussing like how to build it and saying things like, well, it just loses to Hercule's Recall. So maybe we want like Cabal Therapy.
But then we learned there was no sideboards.
There is no sideboarding. Yeah. All right, so yeah. No sideboard is huge. No side, because if you're playing Affinity, like, you know, people might have a bunch of sideboard cards against you, or you might want sideboard cards against that, you know, turn 2 combo deck that Wedge was playing with.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm glad I'm not playing against that deck, and then I lost turn 4 to Affinity. Anyways, up next we are going to be watching Gabby Sparks playing the Boy and Girl Scouts of Zendikar. And let's take a look at her deck list. We have
So Scouts was the tribe of choice here.
It was Scouts, and this actually looks like a pretty reasonable deck. Just mono green Scouts, and it eventually just kind of it looks basically like a ramp deck that's trying to get Avenger of Zendikar onto the battlefield and just win that way.
Yeah, I know that I saw a couple people on Twitter before we went live lamenting that no one had chosen elves. There's a lot of elves in this one.
There are a lot of elves.
So it's Scouts,
right?
You know, with a backdoor into elves.
Yeah, it's the same thing like druids. You know, I chose druids because I thought playing elves it would be a little too powerful. You know, and you kind of want to have fun in this. You want to kind of pick a different tribe than just like elf, goblin, Eldrazi, or whatever. So you know, it's kind of cool to see everybody. When I saw everybody choose, like when I saw Kenji choose Scarecrow, for example, I'm like, all right, we're gonna have to try to keep this a little more fun, a little more casual.
Yeah, because he picked first. He went Scarecrow because we went into this
off Scarecrow
again, expecting. You know, we were sort of told to expect. You know, that there could be legacy. We're using the legacy ban list, so there could be powerful legacy stuff in here.
Right.
But then most of us wanted to at least go a slightly different direction with it. But yeah, I'm excited to see the boy and girl scouts of
The Boy
Zendikar.
Girl Scouts of Zendikar.
Yeah.
Battling Gabby Sparts, we have Marshall Sutcliffe playing
Marshall
a bad draft deck.
Marshall confidently and with purpose said elk when we were drafting.
Right.
And then I responded going, how many elk are in standard? Because again, the rules were that 10 of the cards in the deck had to be standard legal, and it turns out there's only one elk in standard. So
Yeah, and that's the biggest limiting factor, right? Because standard isn't very big. And Marshall was like, actually, Graham, there are 3 different elk in standard. And we were like, no, Marshall,
No.
there's only one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So a contingency was created wherein Marshall could play cards with elk in the art.
A good example of that being Downpour, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the original Elmer,
So much
wasn't it?
time. You have to go through all the cards and look for like antlers.
Yep.
Just to make sure they can go into your deck.
This is Marshall has a lot of free time on his hands. So-
Apparently. I mean, so yeah, Marshall's playing with an elk deck, and I don't even know if there's like really a theme or synergy because you have to play all elk. But
The synergy is elk. You know what? Let's find out what the synergy is because it sounds like we're ready to go down to the match. So let's find out together. Now, I saw a question from the chat asking about Marshall's basics, and you can see there he does have forests. The forest with the elk on it, which necessitated him building this deck on his personal account because he couldn't trade. There it is. He couldn't trade those basics to the coverage account that we were provided for use with the CSL.
yeah, because the accounts you get like 4 of each basic land. So you obviously want all matching lands, but there's no way to actually acquire cards onto your account. So Marshall was trying to build this deck, and apparently he bought the deck from a bot, had 0.89 credits, bought all the cards he needed, and then had 0.86 credits left on his account. It cost him 3 cents to build his deck.
Wow. And then we have a Dryad Arbor and I missed the snake that Gabby's got going on there.
That's a Sakura Tribe Scout, which is 1 mana for a 1/1. Tap to put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. It's just another way to ramp that happens to be a scout.
Oh, and then our new friend Tireless Tracker.
Marshall with a gang of elk in his hand, it looks like.
That's a great Sable Stag.
Bounce land.
Unfortunately, mono green doesn't get like super hosed by Great Sable Stag, but oh well.
It doesn't. It's the yeah. Gabby's actually just kind of going off here. She found the Gaia's Cradle.
Wow.
And just basically has 1,000,000 mana on the battlefield. So it looks like what Gabby's deck is trying to do is play a bunch of creatures, ramp, then Green Sun Zenith or play an Avenger of Zendikar, put 1,000,000 tokens into play, and then just kill you.
That seems like a solid strategy, especially
working out
against-
well for her.
Killing people is a pretty good strategy, I think. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and oh my goodness! So you can so Gabby plays the bounce land, returns the Gaia's Cradle, can put it back into play with the Sakura Tribe Scout for tons more mana.
Oh,
This is
my goodness.
ridiculous.
Is she going to go off right here?
Is
Yep.
this 3?
Marshall's Downpour.
You can't tap up to.
Hey, it's basically fog, to be fair.
So just cracking clues, I guess. Could have gone for a reasonably sized Green Sun Zenith there, I suppose, but why do that when you can just crack clues and attack with your massive
I mean,
tireless?
every Magic player can understand value and drawing cards, and Gabby showing right now. Also, I think Gabby wants to cast the Green Sun Zenith to put to fetch an Avenger of Zendikar. Marshall drawing another Great Sable Stag.
Another Great Sable Stag.
It's kind of like
He's got 2 copies of Tread Upon, which might...
Oh, I thought that was mulch when I first saw that card.
No.
Does Mulch have an elk on it? No.
No. So it's not in this deck.
I mean, I believe technically the creature on Tread Upon is a Minotaur, but
What do you think Gabby does here?
it's got a hoof.
Marshall bravely getting in there as well.
Yeah.
Love it.
You got it. You got to.
It's a backup.
It's true. He has a backup, and then a
Yes,
backup for
probably,
his
right?
backup.
Oh my!
Whew.
As
Gabby just has so many options.
So she's just tapped down for 8.
as LSV is noting in the chat, the plus and plus one counters on the tireless tracker they're really sort of merit badges.
Ah, nice.
All right, Gabby
Yes,
finding
Ben.
is Avenger of Zendikar a scout?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yeah.
So, look, I don't know. It's a scout deck. Maybe there's a gigantic scout that you can
That's-
search for.
We'll just pretend that's the scout leader,
Yeah, sure.
All right, fair enough. Fair
It's a
enough.
bunch of scouts and an ant.
and that's the mom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this seems like it's going exactly how she wanted it to go.
This seems like a pretty close game.
She drew a second Guy's Cradle.
Yeah.
So now gets to Green Sun X equals 11, or is she going higher?
Does she have a Progenitus in her deck? No, I don't think so. I think it's just Avenger of Zendikar. I think she's just going to get another one.
Just another Avenger?
Yeah, another Avenger. I mean, Marshall could tap down 3 of the plant tokens if he draws an island. If he's lucky enough to draw an island, he might. Does he even play island? Like, is it even
Yes.
clear that Marshall is playing
Yeah.
island?
I believe he is playing 1.
Yeah.
Need to see that deck
Yeah.
list, but
Well, did she sack a clue and draw another Green Sun Zenith?
Most powerful card in Legacy.
I love that the downpour is one of his deck's running one of them.
yeah.
Well, he didn't draw the island.
Okay. Well, Marshall does have up 2 combat tricks. You don't want too many of these in your deck because you can get blown up by removal. At least that's what they say in limited resources. But
No fear, those Sable Stags are windmilling into the red zone.
And we see some blocks.
we got some blocks.
Not
Oh,
nearly
man.
content.
Gabby potentially going to get blown out by Tread upon. Tread upon. Woo!
We're gonna go for some elk on elk action
I
here.
mean, he's got to go for it,
The
right?
fact that Marshall's been able to squeeze through some damage here is pretty nice, right?
That alone is impressive.
Exactly. Are we getting Gabby down to the single digits here?
Yeah, I think so.
9.
9.
Wow.
This is, if you just look at the life totals, it's kind of a close game.
Yeah, it's
Are
super
we,
close.
are we gonna get Marshall down
If
to
you
the negative
only-
3-digit numbers
if you
here?
only look at the life totals.
Just the life totals, nothing else.
See now.
Yeah, just snapshot this, and Marshall's in a good
And
spot.
blur out the battlefield.
Yep.
Just look at the far left of your screen.
This Gaia's Cradle, what is it tapped for? I don't even know.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 15, I think.
15. I'll take
Oh,
your word.
Nissa gets to flip.
Oh, that's
Yes,
good for
this gets the flip.
Nope. Oh, no. Nissa
No,
got
it's an exploration in play.
Just rubbing it in at this point, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeesh.
Yeah. No, Nissa
She'll
got-
give Marshall one more turn, kind of like she gave Kenji one turn last week with Triskaidekaphobia. So maybe Marshall does have an out here.
So do you go for the minus on Nissa just to pump the whole team one more time, give everyone a merit badge?
That's the Nissa Voice of Zendikar. This one puts a 4/4.
right. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no.
9 plant tokens, I believe.
Ye-
There's some 6/7s, but there's some 8/9s as well. Yeah. Wow.
We are going to see Marshall in triple negative digits.
Assuming he
Should
lets
be
the damage
like
through
at minus 100.
before conceding.
A gentleman will let the damage through.
Yeah. No kidding.
Marshall. Oh, only negative 64. Oh.
Well, you know what? Maybe Marshall has a good sideboard plan.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the sideboards.
Oh wow!
Nope.
Wow! Didn't come prepared.
Either.
No. All right. Well, he's on the plate this time, so maybe if he gets a good start,
Right.
Let's find out if that's even possible.
Did Marshall make it a point to have nothing, like everything just has to be an elk, and everything has to have
I
a
believe,
picture?
I believe every card has an elk depicted on its art.
Yeah. Or something like, as you see there, he's got, is it Hoofprints of the Stag?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
So, Marshall already on a mulligan. Oh my god, no land.
Oh.
No land 7, no land.
Not like this, not like this. And then 2 planes.
Two plays. Forest on
nope.
top.
Forest on top.
Statistically unlikely.
That's a true statement.
Join me for commentary on the Community Super League.
What does this card do?
Really improbable.
Hoof
All right,
Prince Stag.
I mean, I don't even know if there's a picture of an elk
it's a
on there.
tribal enchantment elemental. Whenever you draw a card, you may put a hoof print counter on it.
I mean,
And for 2 and a white and remove 4 hoof print counters, you get a 4/4 elemental creature with flying.
Where does the hoof print stack up against the merit badge?
Not well.
Not well? Yeah, okay.
Huh.
Oh, so
What?
Gabby's pulling off a pretty sick combo here. She played Veteran Explorer
Ooh.
and used, is that Phyrexian Tower? To sacrifice it, which then put 2 lands in, yeah, which then put 2 lands onto the battlefield. It also gave her a ton of mana for Oracle of Moldiah. Wow. This is turn
This thing
2.
is real.
This thing's busted.
So, what are the merit badges Gabby's giving here?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
My vote's for glue making.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I was never a Boy Scout, so I don't actually know the awards.
Here comes a copy of what enchantment was that?
Rowan. It's value. That's all you got to know.
Good old Rowan.
Yeah.
Reveal the first card you draw each turn. Whenever you reveal a basic land this way, draw a Rowan again one more time. Those are caribou.
Yeah, clearly.
So flavor failure.
Clearly not elk.
Clearly
Yeah.
not elk.
Yeah, I
Trust
guess.
us. We're from Canada.
I guess all four.
We would know.
Same to Marshall.
Wow.
Marshall.
The power level of the decks this week very wildly.
Yes. I've
Yes.
been noticing that.
Night and day. I just want to see just like, a game not be over by turn 3.
The
Marshall?
So we know that the professor is on Merfolk. There's Stampeding Elk Herd. That's the one that's
Yeah.
actually in standard.
First creature, yes.
That's the only one.
Yeah, the only legitimate elk in all of Standard.
And there are 3 elk on it, which is not bad.
True, yeah. When we were looking at the possible tribes, we did briefly toy with the idea of selecting fish, not Merfolk, aka fish, actual creature type fish.
Gabby was also discussing that in the pregame
Oh, yeah.
show, saying exactly the same thing that we were saying,
Yeah.
which is after
After Lucer Crisis,
yeah,
the power level drops off sharply.
just goes away.
Yeah.
Drifter count, it looks like a fish. It's basically a flying fish.
And while we were talking about fish, the Scoutmaster has returned.
Yep.
That's the Scoutmaster, the win condition. And Nissa. And it's going to flip this turn, right? With
Yep.
the tribe. No, don't even need the Tribe Scout.
Yeah, there goes Nissa, and there's all the plants are now 2/3s.
But at least I got nothing. I'm trying to find the silver lining here for Marshall, but he's, look, Marshall was clearly going for flavor points this time around, and
He sure did jam a bunch of elks into a deck.
Marshall should attack. Oh, and if he plays Glimmer Point stack, he has Formidable. Trample.
Ooh,
Ample amounts of trample.
I want to say that's not nothing, but that is nothing.
It's close to nothing.
Gabby's tribe is scouts. A few people have asked in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the Boy and Girl Scouts of Zendikar with their
Scout leader,
Scout
Avenger.
leader, Avenger of Zendikar,
Yes.
and the merit badges of +1/+1 counters.
I like it, Marshall.
Looks like the Stampeding Elk Herd is going to trip over the underbrush and just biff itself on the ground.
Gabby no longer wanting to get blown out by a combat trick here. Opts to block with 7 tokens. Or
And-
8 tokens.
8 tokens.
And the Elk Herd can kill one of them?
No, they're 2/3s, right? Oh,
They're
yeah.
two- yep, just one.
Just one.
That's not a good trade.
Message delivered, maybe?
And
Whoa, what
that's-
just happened?
Powerful
Oh,
herb.
he bounced Gabby's Avenger of Zendikar to give her more tokens.
He just wants it to be over.
Yeah. Oh, and Gabby, that might actually be one of the perfect cards she could have drawn. Veteran Explorer gets her 2 more lands. This time, maybe Marshall will go to -100.
I have faith.
Yeah, I believe.
Where's Necrobite when you need it?
What we're really looking for here is to see if Gabby can stack overflow Marshall's life counter.
Want to hit so hard that our friend Lee, who works on Magic Online, feels it.
Maybe she'll hit like 2 more lands off the top. You can plus the Nissa to get rid of that tracker. Oh, there we go. More damage.
Yep.
Oh, can you bounce Selesnya Sanctuary and just keep that? Oh, she's doing it.
She's doing it.
Yeah, she's got double Oracle of Moldiah plus Accrued Tripe Scott, so she can just keep playing these bounce lands like 2 or 3 more times to continue to pump her squad.
Is there actually an? This isn't infinite, is it?
It's not infinite because
No.
you can only do it one extra time.
Right.
With Moldiah's. She could have played Tireless Tracker first to like draw more cards to try to hit.
To get so she's missing so many clues.
I know. Look at all the value she's missing out on.
Oh,
But she's just getting so many merit
It's
badges.
just-
so it
it's
doesn't
just-
matter.
these are the best plants ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see triple digits here.
I think she's
Does the Glimmer Point Stag even block? It does.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
It does.
all your
Take
creatures
something out.
attack and
Minus 100.
minus 100. We got there.
We did it. Oh, dear.
Yeah. we
Wow.
did it. Yeah.
Wow. So I mean, Gabby's deck just running on all cylinders.
Yeah. Well, it turns out that those cards interact very well together. As
Yes.
Marshall drew planes.
So Gabby showing
That was also a mull to 4.
it was
on Marshall's side.
Gabby now showing 2 weeks in a row that she's incredibly capable of building not only a very flavorful deck, but an incredibly powerful deck.
Mm-hmm.
So I never want to have to face her in the next
No,
6
but
weeks.
it's going to happen
But
eventually.
we know it's going to happen.
And it's randomized, so you just always have to be ready. You just might play Gabby at any given point.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to make sure you're ready.
Yeah.
Or just go for flavor. You know?
Oh dear.
But we're probably not going to beat her in that either. So,
So just give it to her now. Just she wins.
might as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's been fun.
Yes.
Are we supposed to actually hang on? All right, fine. I guess we'll
stay.
I guess we'll see it.
All right. Well, coming up next, we do have Aaron Forsyth battling up against Kenji Igashira. Werewolves against Scarecrows.
A reminder that you want to get over to communitysuperleague.com, which now exists, and for the Brewmaster voting, so that you can vote on the flavor of the decks, because the actual win records are in a separate standing from the flavor records. There we go. You see match wins versus Brewmaster points. Man, thank God for the hats, right, guys?
Yeah.
I know. That's the thing. You guys were so far ahead from last week. You're like, all right, we're just going to crush this week. So you guys have that nice balance going.
Yeah, we're
I
just
wanted to try to get some Brewmaster points. I know I'm like the resident spiker or whatever, but I just wanted to at least try to play something that you can have a little more fun with. But as a result, I got crushed.
It's okay. There is no shame in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely pop over to communitysuperleague.com to vote for the Brewmaster voting for this week for the decks that you've seen so far, and the decks that you will be seeing in the next 2 rounds. I don't recall when we sign off.
Maybe right now.
Let's try it and see if that works.
Whether riding the bus or waiting for the Pro Tour